you are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 3 English lesson on nouns. And before we start, we're not going to log on, we're going to do nouns today. And our lesson is going to be on common nouns and proper nouns, right? So our chapter is going to be nouns. The subject is English language arts, grade 3. And then our lesson is going to be common nouns, identifying common nouns and proper nouns, right? Or using common nouns and proper nouns. So we're going to have to know the difference between what a common noun is and what a proper noun is. So as much as we say that nouns, it names people, places, things, right? But common nouns, it names general things, general people or places, right? So instead of giving the actual name, you can just say mom, dad, friend, uncle, driver, teacher, right? But then we have a proper noun. And proper nouns, it names specific names of a particular person, a place, or a thing. All right. And when it comes to proper nouns, right, we say that proper nouns are written with a capital letter. Common nouns are just general nouns, right? It's not giving the actual name of a person. You can just either say she's my sister, he's my brother, cousin, aunt, and so on, right? So those are general things, right? It is specifying general names of people, places, and things. All right. So we said when it comes to proper nouns, right? Proper nouns are written with capital letters. And with proper nouns, if we're going to look at the difference between what common nouns are and what proper nouns are, then proper nouns, it is more like you are giving the name of a person, whereas with a common noun, you, for example, say girl. So with under common noun, right? So if we were to do a table and we say, yeah, we have a common noun and here we have a proper noun, right? Then under common noun, right, we would, for example, say that girl is a noun, right? But then we have our proper noun, right? And this is where we give the name of the girl. Like, for example, we will maybe say this is Sarah, right? Then we have a common noun. We maybe say park. Park is a common noun. But then, yeah, by proper noun, you will give the name of that actual park. For example, Greenpoint Park. All right. So Greenpoint Park. Then also another common noun is maybe like saying boy. But then with the proper noun, you give the name of the boy. Let's maybe say Derek. I'm not sure if Derek's name is correct, right? All right. So, guys, currently our server is but down, so which means that we won't be able to go to a plus students.ca, and we won't be able to do our tutorial lesson as well as our test, right? But we are going to be working on the whiteboard, and the classes will still go on as per normal, right? All right, so there we gave an explanation, or at least a table form of examples of common nouns as well as proper nouns. All right. So we're basically just going to interact with by us talking about common and proper nouns, right? So that is what we're going to do. All right. So now we have a, let me do this. Let me move this. We said nouns, right? We said we are doing nouns, and common nouns, it names general things, people, or places, right? Then we have proper nouns, and it basically specifies a particular person, place, or a thing. And proper nouns, it is usually written with a capital letter, right? Then with our nouns, right, we can classify the things once again under, let's say, the general nouns, or not even general, but you can classify nouns, which is both common noun as well as proper nouns, under person. We can classify it under place. We can classify it under animals. So you're going to think of a few names and things. All right, so if we look at, for example, person, right? Then with person, you can either come up with the name of a person, or you can just, for example, generalize it. Like, for example, I will say man, right? So you're now going to write down the other nouns that is under either person, names of people, or just general names of people. So we have man. Give me another word that we can put under person, of a person, a noun. A noun can either be general, like a common noun, or it can be a proper noun, which is name of a person. Yes. So we can then also choose the word woman. Girl is another word. Men or man. Remember, men is basically just plural form of man. A human. Yes, we can say human, right? Because it's a whole body. And then we have boy, right? So far, those are going to be our, let's say, nouns that we are going to be identifying, and that is under person, right? Because remember, we said that a noun, it specifies names of thing, people, places, or things, right? Even animals. Now let's look at places. Let's think of places that we can write down. Any place, it can be common noun or proper noun. All right. Okay, so with we can say Toronto Zoo. We can even say Yabami. We can say Cape Town because that's a city as well as a capital city, right? But as okay, we can even say castle. Let me remove this part. I'm gonna remove things so long. Then we can even say castle because castle is also something castle, right? Yes. Remember your house or your home, that is also a noun, right? And proud to say that, okay, I love here, I love there, right? We can say Mississippi River, yeah, Ontario, mentions Canada, New York. Yes. So well done. Literally all of those words are nouns. Now we're going to go on to animals. Animals. If we were to identify names of animals, I would say dog. I have a dog. Names of animals. Can either give your name a dog or just take the names of the animals. All right. Yes, we can even say chicken, penguin. I didn't even think of a chicken. So chicken, penguin, fish, hippo, right? Pig. These are words of, and many, many more. And many more. Giraffe. These are also like, let's say, general um words of, like, let's say, nouns, right? So because you see nouns, it shows person, it tells us about the person, it tells us about the place, animal, and things, right? So far it has told us about the person, and it gave different names. The same with places, different names of places. The same of animals, different animals, right? Even a monkey, yes, right? And then lastly, we have things. right. So if we give general things, right? Yes, a laptop is one of it. And remember, we specifically need a laptop, right? Because you're either maybe watching from the screen. Laptops are portable, you can walk around with it, right? Yes, a teacher. Okay, teacher we put under person, right? A teacher we put under person. Hat, yes, he. All right. So if we look at general things, yes, it can be light. Guys, it can be a lot of things, right? General things, light, paper, laptop, computer, even the chair that you're sitting on, the table that you're like that you're sitting at, right? Those are all general things, right? And it falls under the chapter of nouns, right? Even your purse, yes. And it falls under the chapter of nouns. So now, if we look at all of these things, right? All right. So if we have our general names of people, names of places, names of animals, things, right? This is not the time where we are now supposed to separate it between what is common nouns and what is proper nouns, right? And we said common nouns, it names just general things, places, or things. Say, for example, you are going to say that a common noun is man, right? Or men. That is basically just a common noun. It's generalizing, it's a general thing, right? But if you say proper noun, right, you're not just going to put man or men, you're going to put the name of that man or the men under proper nouns because we are specifying a specific or particular person, place, or thing, and we see that proper nouns they start with a capital letter, right? That is proper nouns and common nouns. So common nouns is basically everything and anything. It is general. Whereas with proper nouns, it is, for example, your names of people, names of places, capitalized, right? Your days of the week, months of the year, those are all things that needs to be capitalized. All right. Shoes is also shoes falls under things, right? Not animals, not person, not place. So as much as shoes can be made of animal skin, right? It doesn't make shoes an animal, right? Shoes is not an animal. Yes, papers and pens and inks, markers, pencils, crayons, erasers, alcohol markers, laptops, phone, tablets, cars, and those are general um nouns, right? All right. All right. So now if we look at a noun, we see that when it comes to And nouns also, right? We said we have proper nouns and then we have common nouns, right? We're not going to go to the other forms of nouns. For now, it's just common nouns and proper nouns. And we made mention of all those names that was given, right? And that is all correct and, well done for those names. But now, even with our proper nouns, right, we did the same where we also wrote down certain words. We just had to then sort it out accordingly, right, according to proper nouns and according to common nouns. But well done, right? So that is basically our list of names. And we see it once again, nouns, it either tells us or it represents, right? It is a person, a place, an animal, or a thing. All right. So now I'm going to write down a few sentences, and then you are going to identify the proper nouns as well as, okay, for now, we're just going to identify the proper nouns within that sentences, right? All right. So I'm going to write it I'm not going to type it out. I'm going to write it here with my pen, and then we can just identify by either underlining, or I'll tell you what, you can tell me what I need to underline, then we can identify the proper noun within that sentence. All right. The first one is, so the first one is Susan ate all the cookies. What is the proper noun within that sentence? Susan ate all the cookies. What is the proper noun within that sentence? That is the verb. Ate is the verb. That is something that the person did. Susan ate all the cookies. Okay, and if we were to identify the proper nouns, remember we said nouns, it basically just shows general people, places, things, and animals, right? But then we said with proper nouns, right, it is instead of just saying teacher, you give the teacher's name. That is a proper noun. A common noun is just saying teacher, right? So a common noun is, for example, just saying man or woman, but a proper noun is where you say the man's name or you say the woman's name. So here we're going to identify Susan as our proper noun, right? The proper noun. Cookie is a noun, a general noun. All right, we're going to the next one. You're going to say he studies All right, we need to identify the proper noun within that sentence. What is the noun within that sentence? He studies at Harvard University. He studies at Harvard University. All right, so if we said the second one is he studies at Harvard University. What is the noun within that sentence? Yes. So if we were to identify a proper noun, then we would say Harvard University is our proper noun because it is a name of a university or it's a name of a specific place. Right? So yes, well done guys. Harvard University is correct. All right, let's go to another. I'm going to write another sentence. Um, he was at home. He was at home last Sunday. Or he was at home Sunday. What is our proper noun in that sentence? He was at home last Sunday or he was at home Sunday. All right, so if we were to identify our proper noun, yes, then we would say Sunday. Because remember, we said when it comes to proper nouns, right? Days of the week, months of the year, those are also proper nouns and it is written with a capital letter. So even if we were to say today is Tuesday, right? Then Tuesday we will identify as a proper noun. So Tuesday will be written with a capital letter T, right? For Tuesday and whatever the date is, right? Home is just a general noun, right? Because instead of just saying which home, you just say home, right? It is a general noun. And that is why we're saying that proper nouns or for example, like Sunday or the name of a person, right? And we write that in capital letters. Um, Months of the year, we also write in capital letters. Um, yeah, days of the week, names of people, right? If we specifically give the name of the place, that is also capitalized, right? Let's say, for example, you write school. School is a common noun, right? It's a general noun. But as soon as you give the name of your school, then it becomes a proper noun, right? All right. And now we're going on to, oopsie, let me remove this one. Oops, did I remove everything? Yeah, boo. Okay, I removed everything. If we go into another one, then it says, um, let's choose one more. It says, Mr. John is the. So if we were to say Mr. John is the family doctor, what would be the proper noun? The proper noun within that sentence. The proper noun, not the general noun, the proper noun in that sentence. Guys, remember I said that our system is down. I mentioned that at the beginning of the sentence that our system is down, so we won't be able to do the test. Right? So our system is currently down. They are busy fixing it. So that is why we are not going to aplusstudents.ca. We are not doing our lesson on aplusstudents.ca, and we won't be able to do our test on there because unfortunately we won't be able to log in, right? Because they are busy with fixing the system. Let's see if we can log in already. Let's try. You see, and that is the error message that we are still getting because of them busy fixing the system, right? So I want to apologize for that. So that is why we are just now generally just going over what common nouns or proper nouns are on the whiteboard specifically, right? Yes, it's because the system is down, and that is why the test does not work. And that is why I'm not even going into the test or making mention of the test. I really hope that you guys understand. All right, so Mr. John was our proper noun, right? Because it says Mr. John is our family doctor. So Mr. John was our proper noun within that sentence. All right. If I say, if we write, if I go to, let's say if I go to Canada and I say, this was my first visit to Canada. What is the proper noun within the sentence? It says, this was my first visit to Canada. Proper nouns, names, people, we capitalize it. Days of the week, months of the year, we capitalize it. Names of countries, cities, places, we capitalize it, right? Especially since it is, you know, very specifically talking about a particular person, place, or thing. So this was my first visit to Canada. So if we were to yes, so if we were to identify our proper noun within that sentence, in Canada is a proper noun because it is a name of a place or name of a country or name of a state, right? That is Canada. So well done. Canada is correct. Guys, 5 more minutes and then we are done, right? 5 more minutes, then we are done. We can say the next one is next week is the end of May. What is the proper noun within that sentence? Next week is the end of May. All right, yes, May is correct because May is a month of the year, right? And we capitalize May because it is a month of the year. It's the same like I was saying, if you, for example, just say school, right? Then school is a common noun. But as soon as you write the name of your school, right? And you start with it as with a capital letter. Yes, you should try that. All right, let's go to another one. If we write another one that says, let me think. So my favorite movie is Harry Potter. What is our proper noun within that sentence? My favorite movie is Harry Potter. Yes. And remember, we also write it with the capital letter, right? So Harry Potter is my favorite movie, which means that Harry Potter is it is a proper noun, right? Exactly. Harry Potter is a title and a name of a movie. So the same with titles and names of books, articles, it needs to be capitalized, right? All right, so Harry Potter is correct. And then let's look at the last one. And the last one says, this is my first visit to. This is my first visit. Sorry for that. That's a visit to France. What is our proper noun within that last sentence? This is our first. This is my first visit to France. All right, and if we were to identify the last word, we can say France, right? And what is France? France is a name of a place. So, which means that France, Canada's name of places, May is a month of the year, Harry Potter is a title of a story. It's either a storybook or it's a movie now, right? So, if we were to remember, if we were to separate common nouns from proper nouns, then common nouns is basically literally general names of people, places, things, right? Animals. Whereas with proper nouns, it specifies a specific person, place, thing, or even the name of an animal, for example, right? So this is now the end of our lesson on nouns, right? Thank you guys for your patience. And thank you guys for joining the class today. You should have a good evening further. Goodbye.